The GTN team is here in London at the London Stock Exchange for the HTA's Garden Industry Leaders Conference, where all sorts of interesting and topical and relevant issues are being discussed to find out what some of the delegates think about the prospects of the industry.
Strategy should be continuing in the way that it's going already. I mean, the conference that we've been at the last couple of days has been really interesting. And comments made by some of the guys about sustainability and taking the green agenda forward, which obviously from my perspective is the type of thing I want to hear given my business. But I think it's something that the garden industry is best positioned to take forward, and I think that's the way to go.
Really start thinking about how we're going to connect with our consumers during these times of despair. You know, we've got a whole 12 months ahead of us to start thinking about planning for the upturn. And we heard yesterday that maybe 2010 it's going to come good. But I think there's a lot of positive signals there, particularly around owning something that's maybe consumers are looking for. Edible gardening we heard a lot about, ethical retailing. One of the worrying statistics that was shared was that only 9% of consumers trust retailers. So, you know, maybe as an industry we need to really think about how we can address that and reach out to our local communities and make them feel part of our business.
I believe that the green issues and the homegrown issues are close to the industry, and I believe that is a way forward. I don't necessarily think it's the holy grail, but I do think if we are going to take up this cause, we have to do it and be serious about it. We don't want to just bolt it on, and we don't want to use it as a gimmick, so it's got to be right in the core of the business. Whether it will save us against the recession and the economic doom and gloom, I genuinely don't know. But it's another feather in our cap, I suppose, and another reason to come to the garden centre. And I think when people are,
I am absolutely convinced that what's going to be important over the next few years are not just to sell products, gardening or garden, but three key points. One is health. The second is lifestyle, and the third is nature. You must know your customers. You must know the customer. That's a fact. But the database is the way to run a business today. It's the way to run a business. To select which kind of promotion, which product, when, at what price. To know the customers, to see when they will be coming. To be able then after that to say, okay, this person, this is the profile. When somebody is creating his membership, for instance, I can press a button and I can see this is exactly the same as this one. So I know exactly what to sell to this person, which kind of message, and so on. So I mean, database is fundamental.
I've come away with the one thing that I'm going to talk to clients of ours about: know your customer. Lots of stuff about club card, lots of stuff about database, lots of stuff about regular communication with your customer. I think the big thing is it's 5 times harder to get a new customer than it is to grow a customer that you've already got. So a lot of stuff today about that, and yesterday particularly. And I've taken that personally as something that we're going to go away and think about from our business in terms of how do we get more out of existing customers, how do we communicate with them regularly.
Yeah, well, I think our customers are needing a little bit of sinful indulgence. They need to come out and buy that little treat that, they're not going to buy the dress, but they might buy some new shoes. So in the garden they mightn't buy big bits of furniture, but they'll buy some plants, some pots to cheer them up. They might buy a handbag, chocolates, little sinful indulgences. If we can get our customers cheered up, they'll keep coming to us because they'll think of us as happy places. And then in the spring, we just move them on to growing their own vegetables and herbs and keep them healthy, wealthy.
So maybe our strategy is fairly simple. It's about taking a few risks. It's about trying a few new things, unleashing the potential we have in our business, our staff. As we heard from the last presenters yesterday, unleashing the entrepreneurial spirit that our business has been built on back into our businesses. Rather than laying them off, let's kind of empower them and push them to the front and say, go crazy for 12 months and show us what we can do.
If we get sunshine, I genuinely believe it won't matter whether we have a recession or not. Sure, if we've got a recession, we won't be selling a huge amount of furniture and other non-essential big ticket items, but at the end of the day the plant market, I believe, will be down to sunshine, and people will stay at home and they'll want a nice garden next year because they can't afford to garden. Sunshine's the key, and both the economy and sunshine are both out of our hands, so it's interesting.
Together what we learned yesterday, people are happiest when they're in the garden, the industry needs to get back up and running. The world needs to get going as well. So it's quite straightforward. HTA sells a load of gift vouchers to the government at a discounted price. We give a gift voucher to everybody in the country to come in next spring and grow their own or do whatever they want in the garden. Doesn't matter whether they've got a house, a window box or a balcony. And then we've got the whole of the garden centre industry back up trading really well. The government have given the public something to actually go out and do, and we then just ripple that out.
Step towards getting this industry to look forward, not backward, and in how to deal with both the macro problems of current economics as well as the micro opportunities that do exist for good garden retailers and their suppliers. If you were here, your business will benefit from it. If you weren't here, you've missed a trick.